Hi.
Hi.
App, a noun, an application, typically a small specialized program downloaded onto mobile devices, dictionary.com. If you do a Google search for apps and you receive 1.8 million results, according to Nielsen and Intro.mobile.com, regular cell phones, or feature phones as they're called, account for 60% of the cell phone market as of July 2011. Cell phone, from dictionary.com, is a mobile telephone system using low-powered radio transmitters with each transmitter covering a distant geographical area. 40% of all cell phones are smartphones as of July 2011. A smartphone, from wikipedia.org, a high-end mobile phone built on mobile computing platform with more advanced computing ability and connectability than a contemporary feature phone. Of that 40% of the smartphone market, from intromobile.com, Android phones are 40%. Apple iPhones are 28%. Blackberries are 19%. Windows phones, 8%, and all others are about 5%. What operating systems and phones are people interested in the future? Android beats the iPhone in almost every area for an upgrade for one reason: choice. Apple has, at this time of the study, 4 phones, while Android has multiple phones over multiple carriers to choose from. The Android market, a place where you can purchase apps, exceeded 10 billion app downloads, with a growth rate of 1 billion app downloads per month, from statspotting.com. This sounds very impressive until you hear the statistics. Apps from the Apple iStore boast over 100,000 apps. Contrast that with roughly 10,000 apps for Android to market, or approximately 1,000 apps from Microsoft's Windows Marketplace. According to mobileclicks.com, more than 100 million apps are downloaded from Apple Store each month. iPhone users download an average of 11 apps per month. Ask.com said 69% of smartphone owners have downloaded an app as of October 2010. Out of this number, the majority, 74%, were men. Women account for 62% of the app buyers. Ages 35 to 44 were most likely to download an app, followed closely by 18 to 24, and downloading an app was a minority activity for those over the age of 55. If you do a search on iPhone, you can come up with over 300 religious apps. If you do a search for Bible apps on the iPhone, you come up with 3,000 Bible apps. And if you do a search for prayer apps, you come up with 300. Doing that same search on the Android, you get different results. 5,000 religious apps. If you do a search on your Android phone, you come up with 3,000 Bible apps. And then that same search, you come up with 1,500 prayer apps. There's never been an easier way to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. Android seems to be more friendly than Apple. Apple has been in the news recently with 2 apps they have removed from Apple products. In 2011, even though Apple had given the app A+4 rating, which is reserved for those that contain no objectionable material, App pulled the Exodus International app, Gay Cure. The Gay Cure app was simply a resource app to help people who have questions about homosexuality and Exodus International, to learn what Exodus International is really about. In 2010, Apple removed another app submitted by the Manhattan Declaration, a group of Christian leaders who support biblical teaching on marriage. Both came as a result of pressure from same-sex homosexual activist groups. Even though Apple continues to provide apps specific to the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender community, Android seems to be staying away from such controversies. Android seems to be more friendly than Apple in many other ways. According to Christian Computing magazine, Android is much more supportive of giving developers freedom in writing programs than the iPhone. CCM goes on to say, we have all heard stories about developer frustrations with the process for submitting products to the Apple's iStore. Apple barely commented on the recent banning of the 2 Christian apps. Android has stayed away from controversy surrounding apps. Android has many more religious Bible and prayer apps, while Apple's religious Bible and prayer apps are very minimal. And most of all the Apple's apps that they have are the same, if not better, money spent with the Android. Android's apps for Christians contain a lot of data and interaction. Here are the 5 apps that are available on the Android that are worth the money, free. The Christian Patriot Act contains a theological section that includes the Westminster Short Catechism and Confessions of Faith, the Baptism Confession of Faith, 5 points of Calvinism explained and defended, and the 95 Theses. A creed section on that same app has Bible creeds, Apostle Creed, Nicene Creed, the Doxology, the Nicene Creed, the Ancient Creed, 10 Commandments, the Greatest Commandment, and the Lord's Prayer. There's also a share section that includes Evangelism Explosion and the 4 spiritual laws. Also, you get a USA section that contains all of the Federalist Papers, songs, the Pledge of Allegiance, and other patriot symbols and documents. Prayers to Share is another app. It contains, of course, your prayers, the world's prayers, and your friends' prayers. You can put prayers on there, look at the world's prayers, your friends' prayers. You can follow them, you can pray for them, or you can comment to a prayer. Sermon audio is another favorite. You can listen to MP3s or digital sermons on this app for free. There is a place for daily sermons, the church that you go to, their church sermons, and news of sermons. To be able to take sermons with you on the go is a quite powerful tool. The Daily Bible is another great app that automatically gives you daily scripture. It's also a feature where you can read the Bible, or the Bible can be read to you with a computer voice. I enjoy listening to the Bible scriptures being read to me, or at least viewed daily. My favorite app is the Glow Bible app. The free version has 3 categories: the Bible, an atlas, and media, while the full version or premium version includes the Bible, an atlas, a timeline, media, topical, browse, and filter. With the features on the premium version, you get the NIV, the ESV, the Message, and the KJV translations, NIV study notes, 450 plus virtual tours, 3.5 hours of HD video, 23 high-resolution photos, 7,500 articles, 650 plus works of art, 140 maps, and custom reading plans. So if you want choice, your choice of phone, your choice of a phone provider, your choice of apps, more choices of apps, more choice of religious apps, more choice of Christian apps, then choose Android. Get an Android phone and an Android smartphone and begin to download your apps today. Thank you.